IVM.
Hello, welcome to Football Twaddle. My name is Saru and Baru is here.
What's up?
Alright.
He's on the way out.
Really, we'll get to that. I think we found our niche, Baru, now.
What?
This
Unai
podcast should focus only on North London.
It's okay.
Mourinho is back.
Yes.
How fast was that? Dude, 1 week.
One game in and he's already above Arsenal.
Really?
Yeah, he was, but then Arsenal managed to
draw,
get a point in. So
did you see the Sky Sports stats? Poch 0 away wins, 12 games. Mourinho 1 away win, 1 game.
Wow. I think he should quit while he's on top.
By next weekend, and go to Arsenal and win away.
Wow.
He should just become the away win manager.
Yeah, why don't people have that? Home games ke liye alag manager and have a manager for away games. Why are people so selfish about their job or something? Can't they just split responsibilities? What happened to those Taylor principles of management, division of labor?
So they did divide. I don't know.
Was it Drucker?
I've not done an MBA, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
You are in 3 or 4 MBA groups, man.
Oh yeah.
NMIMS A, NMIMS B, IMA, IMB.
No, IMA, no, they don't accept me. Alright, let's talk about this. Poch gone, Mourinho in. How did you react that entire day?
I was glad. I was glad that he didn't come to Arsenal because I thought it's going to be like an Arsenal thing. But the thing that happened was actually during the night, I think, for the Indian fans at least.
Everything. 1:30 something.
Yeah, 1:30, Poch is gone and everyone's we were thinking that, okay, probably Solskjær maybe.
Solskjær?
Silva might. Emery maybe might, get sacked.
Oh, yeah. But Poch
getting sacked after everything he's done for this club. Most successful manager they've had in 50 years, 0 titles, 0 cups.
And they won a cup with Wande Ramos. He's still not the most successful manager.
Batao. I think it's
we recorded
6 months in after I think one of their better seasons.
Yeah, we recorded the podcast, had dinner, then went to our respective homes, and then we were like, Pochettino sacked. They're like,
Thoda jaldi kar lete yaar.
But dude, that was such a surprise, man. And the speed with which the entire thing moved.
Yeah, it was pretty neat, man. Especially in today's time and age, no leaks, no idea that there's any movement happening on Mourinho's, Mourinho to North London.
There was one report sometime last week.
Mourinho to Arsenal probably.
No, there was one report that he is open to managing Tottenham. That's it.
Wow. Even I'm open to managing Mumbai City.
Yeah, but he goes the entire... They hired him next day, and then they said training pushed to 2 p.m. He hired an assistant manager by then. That guy flew down and was ready, and they had everything ready. It was not like, chalo, abhi aa gaye. They had everything planned out for that training session.
Even the t-shirt that Jose wears.
That was
JM, and you could see a scratched out MP in the back.
I think they put a sticker on it. Yeah, and then Mourinho giving the greatest you to everyone by basically walking with his Tottenham pyjamas and jersey in London during the daytime.
Oh, I didn't see that.
So he, on Wednesday, when was Poch sacked? Wednesday, right? So he was sacked on Wednesday, and then they called in Mourinho, and it became really late on Wednesday night for him to finalize things. He said, okay, I'll just sleep here. And then next day was the unveiling, the press conference, and he had to take training as well. So next evening when he's going back home, he just wore his Spurs.
His Spurs.
Yeah, his Spurs
surely
pajamas.
Not borrowed from someone.
No, it was tailor-made, dude. You could see the curves and stuff. So yeah, and
you se kisi dukaan se tailor-made tha.
You think Karim bhai
the Bombay Shirt Company.
Dude, pajamas they don't make. Yeah, the whole thing, it was just so fast, dude. But it just felt so weird watching the game on Saturday. It was it was quite unsettling, let me just say. And I have a feeling that he's going to win something at Spurs.
Unsettling, for one of football's most,
journeyman.
out there, putting himself out there, slutty managers.
That's okay. Even Ancelotti is...
अपना सा लगता है.
Even Ancelotti is slutty that way. And
Sam is slutty. Ancelotti is slutty.
Yeah,
God.
all of them are. But this is like my slut, right? So yeah, it was...
अपना सा लगता है.
And I have a feeling he's actually going to win something at Spurs.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about Mourinho. He manages to do that.
Yeah, there's no pressure to win. Like, at Chelsea, if he didn't win the league, they would fire him. Right?
So he knows that, right? Anyway, I'm going to get fired.
Yeah.
Might as well just have fun while I'm at it.
And he started off, he told Spurs players, you follow me, we'll win. Otherwise, go.
Yeah, I mean, points-wise, yeah, they just won a game. But if you look at the ranks, they jumped 7 ranks?
14 to 10th is 4.
Not 10th, I mean... After that game.
Oh, yeah.
They went
Suddenly
sixth.
they were 6th. Yeah. I was like, what?
What sorcery is this?
What is this impactful management?
I think that's done. That's end of the season, one of those season goals or something. That's already check mark. Yeah. That was impactful. Dekha?
At any given point, you have to be in the 6th.
Achievement unlock is unlocked.
Yeah, and he's changed his entire backroom staff. It's crazy, dude. The amount of prep he's done in the 11 months is... He told in the press conference, he said if I did not get a job for the pre-season, I knew that I will get a job in October, November. And that would mean mid-season, and I can't really change as much as I want to. So I had to prepare for how would I approach the job that way. And he's prepared dossiers in Real Madrid and for Spurs. And he knew who he had to hire. The Lille manager was pissed off with him.
Why?
He took the goalkeeping coach and assistant manager from Lille. All those trips to Lille.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So he was appointed on Thursday morning, 6:30 a.m. London time or something. By 9 a.m. London time, 2 of the coaching staff of Lille have resigned and they're flying to London. Last Thursday.
But he was announced on Tuesday, right?
No.
Tuesday night.
Wednesday, Poch was sacked. Thursday was appointed.
Oh, okay. When did the podcast come out?
When I say Wednesday, the Poch was sacked. Tuesday night, he was sacked.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, and then... Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. And then he just, he turned up, and the assistant manager of Lille is quite a awesome chap. You need to, read up about him. His name is Wow Sacramento.
Naam hi wow.
Bada wow hai wo. And he's 30 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's not played football, and he's like मैं सिर्फ coach बनूंगा, and
like Kendall Roy सीधा CEO बनूंगा मैं. I don't want to get through all of this management training bullshit.
#succession
on Hotstar.
#Mr. and Mrs. Binge watch whatever.
For more on Succession.
Yeah, just listen to one of the IBM's podcasts on it.
Wait for that episode on
So
Succession.
this guy was hired by Luis Campos, who is the director of football at Lille, and and then they had hired Bielsa as well then, and so he did 1 or 2 things extra which Bielsa didn't like. So Bielsa basically demoted him to the video analysis room for a month.
With an Emery?
No. at Lille. So he's like, okay, fine, I'll do it. And Bielsa was sacked in a month. So this guy took over Lille.
Oh.
And took a relegation team basically, brought them to some sort of respectability till they hired the next manager. And that guy continued with this guy as assistant manager. And they got Lille to Champions League. And yeah, dude, he seems like the next big thing in coaching. I don't think after 4-5 years he's going to remain an assistant manager, and he's going to go the coaching way. So that guy, I don't know, probably this guy's changed. He's the humble one.
The humble one. No. He's the hoe.
Yeah. That was so amazing. He's like, I'm just humble. I didn't work for 11 months. I learned a lot. I dug deep in everything. And then he said, one of the reasons they said Spurs are not doing well this season is the hangover from the Champions League final. You think that can have such an effect? He said, I don't know. I never won. I never lost the Champions League final.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then they beat West Ham.
They also asked him about his old Chelsea interview.
What a cool answer. Just get on with it, right?
Yeah, he's like, they sacked me.
I said that before they sacked me. They sacked me, now what do I say?
Yeah. The humble one.
Yeah, and they beat West Ham. Dele Alli turned up, not Dele Alli's brother. And in spite of the 2 goals, whatever. So yeah, Spurs players seem to
Kane scored.
Dude, Harry Kane, yeah. Spurs players seem to be on board.
Yeah, I mean, it does look like a side that's really ready. I mean, it's tailor-made, actually. Speaking of his pajamas.
Yeah.
Tailor-made for a manager like
Yeah.
Mourinho. I mean, he has the type, I'd say, the type of players that he usually works with. Yeah, player profile. That he usually works with, and I think that's going to work out for him. Yeah, it does look like it's working out right now.
Yeah, let's just wait for them to lose one
100%
match. Win record.
Win rate. Wow.
By the time this podcast comes out, it could be 100% still, because they're playing Olympiacos on tomorrow night in Champions League. Wow. And if they win that, they move to like knockout stages. Dude, it's crazy.
Made it.
I know. So moving on from one managerial appointment to one sacking.
Emery sacked?
No, not yet.
Oh, man.
I hope he's not sacked tonight. Oh, God.
Another bracketed title.
Yeah, by the time we record, edit and put it out, no, the managers... And this is such a bad week to like record and give a gap in editing, because there could be 3 or 4 managerial sackings by the time we record and put things out. But yeah, so one of the reports I read was, because Poch got fired, Emery's under pressure. So I thought, then I read the article, probably because Arsenal want Poch as a manager. Yeah. They said no, because Tottenham acted like a big club and kicked Pochettino out. What's Arsenal waiting for? So Emery's suddenly under even more pressure because Arsenal have to act like a big club.
Peer pressure.
Yeah, what's going on there, man?
Yeah, I mean...
Why are they so bad?
Emery or like the entire board? Because I think
board, Emery, fans.
The fact that we're still watching Emery on the bylines week in and week out, does mean that the board is actually not doing the job right.
What's your board chairman? What's he called?
Sir Chips.
Chips, uska naam hai.
Chip.
Or isn't it Chip? Yeah, so what he's offered to resign. Because he's not happy with the direction of the board, for which he's the chairman of.
Yeah. But that's the thing, right? Over here, our chief executive wants to resign because of this entire thing. And at United...
Who, like Kotaks?
Arsenal, he's the chairman is offering to resign.
Yeah.
And at United, the co-chairman, what is he? Co-chairman, right?
The whole and soul, Karta Dharta.
Karta Dharta is yelling at ex-Karta Dharta in the stadium. Did you see those pics?
I did, but come on.
He
must have just been telling beers outside. No one knows what he told there.
No, the beer outside is over, and that's why Sir Alex Ferguson is like, no, holding his head.
I own racehorses. You think we can get beer here in time?
This is like misheard
lyrics.
Misread lip reading.
Misheard lyrics.
Oh, yeah. What is that?
Misheard lyrics. Dude.
Yeah, the lip reading one.
Yeah, Sunil Gavaskar is famous for
bad lip reading or something.
Bad lip reading. Sunil Gavaskar is so famous for doing that. I saw a commentary once where Virat Kohli basically abused Ajinkya Rahane and then 2 other words, which could probably be than something else. And
the nuances of the language.
And Gavaskar goes... That's Kohli giving instructions to Ajinkya. I'm going to run fast. You need to run fast. I'm like, what the fuck? He just said and you interpreted the entire thing to like, मैं भागूंगा, तू भाग, मैं इस side भागूंगा, तू उस side भाग.
Bag chor.
What is bag chor?
I don't know, bag.
Okay.
Bag chor.
Okay, can we get back to Emery? In spite of AFTV putting pressure, he's not being sacked. What's going on?
Wait, so the pressure is higher from whom? Is it Tottenham or AFTV?
I think peer pressure has been added on to the AFTV's pressure now.
Is DT going to get a board seat?
What did he do?
I don't know. I don't know, blood. Oh wait, that's Troops. I haven't seen AFTV in so long.
Why?
My head is like AFTV right now.
I just saw one of the interviews after they drew 2-2 with Southampton. That guy said, "What's Aubameyang? Let's be real. If you remove all the goals, if you take away all the goals from him, he's just a Welbeck."
Oh, okay.
Even Robbie was like...
If my aunt had a dick, she'd be my uncle.
Would she?
Yeah.
Yeah, Robbie also was like, thank you very much. And he just sent him away.
What is he smoking like?
I don't know, man. But why is he not being
his
sacked?
Point? So
I hope
he doesn't have any game sense or something. So he just happens to poach goals.
No, I think he's just frustrated. And one other guy just tore his season ticket, on live TV.
They're paper tickets? I thought they're like cards or something now.
I don't know. He tore something. It's like
he wrote season ticket.
It's like a Suits episode. They just take an empty piece of paper. We have a board mandate. Like, okay.
Wow.
And then,
spoiler alert, man. What the hell?
I know which episode and which season.
Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
That spoiled the entire season.
All right. Did you watch the game?
Which one?
The 2-2 one.
Of course.
Why? Did you have nothing else to do?
No, actually I didn't. I just thought that, actually, as you remember from the last podcast.
No, I don't, but okay.
I'd suggested that we should keep Aubameyang as captain or something.
Yes.
Or we should just have Aubameyang in the side.
So you should have known that it's not going to work out already.
No, so I thought, let me just keep a check on what's happening.
And you did.
On that front. Well, it started off all right. I mean,
did you see how disappointed Southampton manager was?
Did you see how disappointed Lacazette was for scoring that goal? He's like, oh man, I bought this guy another week. And I think Aubameyang was in the center, and he comes to.
So all of them were sad that the goal was scored.
Yeah, I mean, even Lacazette is so nonchalant about it. He's like, le yaar, goal marte hain.
Ek aur hafta mil gaya aise.
Man, he was so depressed. Everyone was depressed. The entire stadium was depressed. Here we go, another week. But all of that depression was, stuck on the fact. The assumption that if we had lost that match,
he would have been fired.
He would have been sacked.
Yeah,
but I don't know where that comes from. I mean,
so the Spurs players went to Poch's house after he was fired. And
apparently he couldn't say goodbye. Right, he left a note in the dressing room.
Dude, but if you have to fire someone who's worked there for 5.5 years and all the players have worked with them, I think Daniel Levy fired him the best way possible. Basically fire him, get him out, by next morning hire a new one and say in the night write a piece of note on the board, they'll come to your house. Jao abhi.
Don't use club resources.
Yeah, how else will you fire, dude? You don't want to...
You tell me, I mean, I've never fired anyone. I don't have that cold, ruthless heart like you do.
Firing is immediate, yeah. If you have to fire someone... Like, one fellow came and told me once, Saru, you tell me what to do. I said, I don't know. You tell me. Take the moral responsibility. Should I resign? I'm like, yes. Will you give me notice period? I'm like, yeah, 20 days. And this month's salary, of course. He's like, okay, so I can work till then. I'm like, no.
Tu
ghar ja. DD bhejunga.
DD?
Demand draft.
Yeah, I mean...
And then a month later,
Darius, have you ever used a DD?
Dude,
have you heard of a DD?
He's just opened a bank account.
Through his phone.
811 account is opened.
Hashtag Kona Kotak.
Yeah, I think we should take a break right now.
Okay.
And then after the break, there are enough managers to be sacked. This is just so amazing, the sacking pod.
Yeah.
Because let's cover all the managers who will be sacked so that we'll stay relevant by the time this podcast comes out.
Yeah, and then we just edit it accordingly.
Not edit. ये गया ये भी गया
अगर नहीं गया तो तुम लोग न्यूज़ नहीं पढ़ रहे हो ठीक से गया है
जाएगा. All right, please stay tuned to Football Twaddle.
Hey everybody, welcome to another amazing week on the IVM Podcast Network. If you're not following us on social media, you know what? I'm tired of asking you to follow us. This time I expect you to follow us. Please make sure you follow us. If you're not following us, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. Seriously, I'm sure many of you would like that, but that's the only threat I have. We'd also like to thank our sponsors on the network this week. Thank you, Storytel. Thank you, Intel. We're really grateful for your support. On Advertising is Dead, Varun is joined by none other than Ranveer Alabadia, better known as Beer Biceps in the digital space, also the host of our short-lived podcast, Hustle Science. On Paisa Vaisa, Anupam is joined by Ashutosh Shrotriya, business head at Religare Insurance Company. They talk about health insurance and how to choose a good insurance plan. On the Empowering series, Zarina is joined by Ambar Qureshi, founder of the Plum Tree and former plus-size model. They talk about body positivity, self-belief, and the idea behind starting her own clothing venture. On Paperback, Rachita and Satyajit talk to Gyan Nagpal, the author of The Future Ready Organization. They discuss the new strategies that can make every element of an organization productive and how we can break the hierarchical structures within. On Heel and Hearty, Rachna is joined by two working professionals, Navaneel Kaur and Manvi Pathak, who talk about how to maintain a work-life balance and a healthy lifestyle. On our Kannada podcast, Thale Harate, Rohit Shenoy sits down with Ganesh Chakravarti and Pawan Srinath to talk about primary education in India and Karnataka. This week on Edges and Sledges, Ashwin, Varun and DJ talk about the India versus Bangladesh first day night test at Eden Gardens. On Golgappa with Trupti Khamkar, Trupti is joined by Indrajit More, content creator at Bhadipa and Bhatupa, who gives tricks and tips to travel on a shoestring budget. On the Filter Coffee podcast, Karthik is joined by angel investor, business and strategist Lloyd Matthias. Lloyd talks about the technological entrepreneurship space in India, things to look for potential investments, and how brands should be transparent with their communications in order to create a strong identity. On Mr. and Mrs. Binge Watch, Janice and Anirudh talk about the highly rated show this year, Succession. On 9XM Soundcast, Eva is in conversation with Bollywood singer Palak Muchal. She has lent her voice to movies like MS Dhoni, Ashiki 2 and Prem Ratan Dhan Payo. And with that, let's get you on with your show.
Hello, welcome back to Football Twaddle. Baru,
Yes.
do you want to talk about those bloody United?
Bloody.
Let's talk about the other guy, Pellegrini, or as the humble one likes to call him, Pellegrino.
Can you stop calling him the humble one? And we've already decided that we'll just use the short form now.
What is that?
Ho.
Ho. Tho.
Ho.
Tho hai. Callum Hudson-Odoi ka bhai. Cho ka bhai. Tho. Yeah, so... When will he be fired? You thought Arsenal people are pissed off. They're like... So, this is the tweet, right? West Ham were doing really well in the league. They were 5th in the league, winning matches, doing really well. And then West Ham put a tweet out. Pellegrini at the wheel.
Oh, they did?
Yes.
Oh, so now we know what the curse words
And
are.
they've lost 10 games since.
Wait, just hold. I'm just tweeting about Emery being at the wheel.
No, the club has to put the tweet out.
Do you have any guys in the social media team of Arsenal?
Arsenal, Wipro, Infi, Satyam mein, which is the Indian IT company associated with Arsenal?
No, they just have an Indian operating officer. He does everything.
Vinay Venk, I'll buy him curd rice if he tweets. Unai Emery at the wheel. Unai at the wheel. Yeah, so Pellegrini is going to get sacked, hopefully, very soon.
Okay.
And then Marco Silva from Everton. They've lost. And Watford may be onto their second managerial firing of the season. You guys can't fire one guy for a year and a half.
Hey, listen, we are not used to it, okay?
What do you mean?
We are still hungover from our last guy.
Dude, just get on with it now. What are you guys waiting for?
See, I don't think they know that we can fire managers this quickly.
You can.
Even though we are like seeing this happen all around us.
But you can't.
The Arsenal board just doesn't know. They don't like watch the news much.
Yeah, so Sanchez Florez of Watford, he was brought in to they lost first 4 games and then he was brought in.
Is he going to go to Inter Milan too? With Manchester United paying his wages too.
He's a Watford manager.
I know.
And the Watford guys own Udinese.
He's got the name for it.
Okay, whatever. You saw the United game?
Yeah.
And what did you make of it? Why did they win that game? It was so disgusting.
I think it all changed. When did Muse get subbed out?
Just before the United first goal.
Yeah, so I think that is evidently one of the reasons why the match flipped.
Yeah.
He is a very strong presence, I think, up top for Sheffield. And the minute
up top, what is Sheffield? All the defenders only score goals, so their up top starts at the back.
So their pressing, I think, took a hit, and Manchester United just pounced on that. I mean, and we saw how it turned out with their
but
under-19 FC.
Wolves were supposed to be like 6-0 or 7-0 up in the first half, man.
Wolves.
Not
Sheffield.
Wolves, Sheffield, sorry.
Yeah.
It was...
They did a Southampton on United. We won't score.
But then these guys, United comes back 3-2. I said, now they won it. But no.
They could have gone 4-2 up if it wasn't for Lingard just blasting that shot into Rosie or something. After the third goal, I think 2 minutes later or something.
They had another chance, United.
A brilliant move.
Yeah, but it is Lingard.
Down the left. It comes to Lingard right, a little left of the box.
Yeah.
Inside the box. And he just blasts it off.
Man, so much happened. We forgot the game of the week.
Melvin sent a meme about the Lingard thing. He's like, if you ever feel low in life, just remember that Lingard earns £120,000. I was like, how's that going to help?
What is Melvin? A suicide push line?
Yeah,
not even a help line.
I was like, how's that going to help, man? He's like, no, if he can earn that, even we can. I was like, why are you so optimistic about things like this, man? Like,
how much does Lingard earn?
120,000, I guess.
Oh, no wonder he's not fighting for a wage raise. Like any good player says, every 2 years they're like, I need a salary hike. But Lingard is like,
मैं youth player हूँ ना.
I'm sure वो college ID दिखा के tax credit लेता होगा.
Tax credit. उसको Oyster card भी सस्ते में पड़ता होगा.
क्या बात करता है?
Yeah, student discount.
Is he eligible for Comedy Central's?
What 18 pass?
No, what's that card which we both got?
I don't remember this. Oh, the LOL club. LOL club.
His life is only LOL. So why can't he just get the LOL club?
He's the chairman.
Who?
Of the board.
Of the LOL club?
Yeah.
What's their handshake?
I don't know. They don't.
Alright. So Chelsea and Manchester City played a game as well in between all this. And we seem to have forgotten because so many people are getting fired and hired. It's just crazy. But dude, Chelsea, oh God, why did they lose? 30 minutes they played well. And then it just all disappeared, man.
Yeah, but...
Don't say it was expected. It was not. This is probably the first...
It was expected before the match.
But once you start like that, come on. Even I expected it.
I called it.
What did you call?
In the last podcast, I told you that Chelsea is going to put up a fight and probably draw it.
That's not being calling it. They lost the game.
At least they didn't lose it.
And
you guys were like...
At what point will Raheem Sterling's armpit realize what offside line is? It's like he was beaten to offside by Kurt Zuma's ass.
He needs an
armpit coach.
Armpit, I was going to say trim, but that just sounds too hairy. So
yeah.
He just needs to shave the muscle off from his armpit something, man.
But how is that possible?
I mean, आजकल science.
उसका armpit 4 बार अभी VAR में फंस चुका है.
So then he needs to get it in line. Forgive the pun.
Get the armpit in line. Yeah, but yeah, it's at least that didn't embarrass Chelsea from 2-1 to 3-1. So the table now reads like, you know who's on the 5th position?
Sheffield.
What? Why do you keep going on with Sheffield? They're 6th.
Oh wow.
Who is on the 5th? A team which did not get even 1 point over the first 2 match weeks. Wolves. Oh. They are silently winning.
Did you see the
week on
that
week?
Wolves posted from their... Wolves or the Premier League account posted on their Instagram.
What?
They said the Wolves in Bombay are really excited about this win or something. They won, right?
Did they? Who are the Wolves in Bombay?
They were like 20 college kids and like one Englishman with a Wolves scarf around his neck.
Really?
Yeah.
We should join these.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I was like a lifetime member, but it turns out they're like...
You know what? We should do a special podcast with this Wolves supporters club. Ki bhai, we can teach those people, fans, what it means to be a Wolves supporter. तुमने सुना है Wolves के बारे में सर?
नहीं
हमें तो 400 रुपए दिया गया था और बोल
तंदूरी चिकन मिल रहा है. Punjabi Wolves.
Punjabi Wolves.
Yeah, they have something like that, like a fan group, Punjabi Wolves or something. They go to the stadium with holes and all. I think that's Wolves.
Really?
Yeah. Because definitely not Southall FC.
Okay. So in the top 6, there's Wolves, Sheffield and Leicester. Is this the most democratic league in the world? I think let's just ask that question.
Yeah, sure. Democratic.
Don't give patronizing answers.
No, but
yeah, sure.
Democracy is sure, but if you take a step further, I think it's also the most socialist one.
Really?
Seeing how lots of points are being shaved off from the the rich clubs.
That's communist. Socialist is, I don't know.
No, it would have been communist if even Liverpool and City were at the same thing, right? There's like a points cap.
If there was a wage cap, then it's probably...
there's a points cap. Like, you just can't get more than like 45 points in a season.
What will happen to Liverpool after they reach 60?
Claudio Ranieri would have been so happy. He's like, yeah, we crossed 40, we reached 45, we won the league.
Yeah. What do you name this league? Dilly ding, dilly dong. Yeah. So yeah, and Manchester United. 8th, 9th, 10th. Arsenal, Manchester United and Tottenham.
Wow.
The mid-table race. Why should Emery be sacked?
He's overperforming.
He's above Manchester United. They haven't sacked their manager.
He probably got the wrong memo, right? Maybe they were very specific about it when they hired him. You have to finish above Spurs and United.
Really?
But they just didn't realize that United and Spurs are going to be that bad.
What are you saying?
That's the only thing that makes sense about how he hasn't been
sacked. Why is Solskjær not sacked? I think now I read an article which basically said that United may not be as gung-ho about Pochettino now, and they are like truly behind Solskjær and how he is not going to
get sacked.
Yeah. So I don't think it's going to be that. Like, Poch probably has to wait for some time if he's not going to learn German. And then he has to just wait around and then do a Jose. And when he goes to Barcelona, they'll ask him, but you said when you were at Espanyol, you'll never manage Barcelona. Yes, but that was before I was fired. Yeah.
That's... What are the options for him though?
For Pochettino?
Yeah.
Dude, there'll be so many, man. PSG, he's an ex-PSG player. Just wait for PSG to get knocked out by some Genk or something. And yeah, he is up for the PSG job. He will be up for the Bayern job, but Hansi Flick is doing such an amazing job at Bayern. That is a new manager bounce. They just... What is that guy's name? Niko Kovac. He was fired and immediately Bayern were like unstoppable. And they're like coming out with statements. This is what strategy is. This is what coaching is. There's a purpose to every pass. And Thomas Müller, Manuel Neuer, everyone's behind this guy. So if he does well, Poch may not even get the Bayern job.
Do you think Chelsea's new manager bounce has like finally ended?
No.
Or is it just a speed breaker?
Lampard, I think from all you can see, I don't know if he's like great manager, but he's a decent man. I think he's much better than Unai, Ole. So, yeah.
Well, they're saying Arteta might be in the race for the Arsenal manager.
For what?
Well, the odds on him are like one of the better odds out there.
But he was
along with Steven Gerrard.
Why Steven Gerrard? At least get Arteta then instead of Steven Gerrard.
Yeah, I mean, Gerrard probably has more experience. Numbers, if you go by the numbers. But Arteta is a little more in line with, I guess, what
happened? Arteta is an ex-Everton player as well, right?
Yeah.
And he's more known for Everton than...
Not really, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think he actually surpassed his Everton level of fame, maybe.
So Marco Silva is going to get sacked soon. So, and Everton have money. So you think Arteta, won't it be better for Mikel Arteta to go to Everton?
Arteta to Everton and Silva to Arsenal?
कौन सा Silva अभी? No. Marco Silva's gone.
Out of the country.
Out of the country. Yeah, I don't think he'll come back to the country anytime. But yeah, so Arteta...
But I thought he wasn't sacked or something. Is that done?
No. As I said in this podcast, we'll talk about everyone who's going to get sacked. And when they get sacked, we can still say, oh, we talk a lot about Marco Silva firing on this podcast. That way. Yeah. But Arsenal should just go for the Sheffield manager, but he won't come. He's like a big time Sheffield fan. वो तो छोड़ेगा भी नहीं.
Okay.
So why can't you just... I don't know who else are the managers who can come for Arsenal.
Vieira.
He himself is getting sacked.
Yeah, so he'll be available then. See, the thing is, I mean, whenever Arsenal's playing 11 like gets released before the match, right? More often than not, you're just like, okay, that looks like a solid side. Because they have all the good players, they have the resources right in place. But Emery is just so bad with his tactics that, I mean, even Ozil thinks twice before playing a pass now whenever he gets to play now. And that is when he loses his
moment. Because the last time Emery said Ozil makes passes, that's why I've dropped him. So he's like, oh, let me think about this.
I'll make runs instead.
Yeah, I just read a headline. Harry Kane has kind words for Pochettino and Mourinho.
Okay.
He is a true
But Dele Alli has kind words for neither.
No, what are you saying?
Don't you remember that tweet that surfaced?
I
hope I never play for
by the way, that's a fake tweet. You know that?
Oh, what?
Yeah, someone...
Mad social media.
So I think the BJP IT cell is working for Poch as well. Yeah, I thought... Have we covered all the managerial sackings? Or do you think anyone else is going to get sacked? So you don't, right?
No.
Okay, one word about the Europa League that's going to come up this week again. Who is Arsenal playing? Any idea? Or you don't care?
They got done with Victoria, right? So
yeah, Victoria's Secrets.
Yeah, I like how that was. Arsenal drew against a lingerie brand.
Yeah.
So now we are back to Frankfurt. Frankfurt are coming back to London.
Really?
Eintracht.
If Unai wins that game and then he wins the next weekend,
Norwich.
Yeah, I think he should be given the job on a permanent basis for the next 2
probation bhi hai,
I think so.
If he's on probation, why hasn't he been sacked yet?
I think the terms of probation are stringent, way more stringent than the
full time or whatever. Confirmation.
Yeah. Astana is playing Manchester United. Manchester United is traveling to Kazakhstan somewhere. That will be fun. 4,000 kilometers. They're coming to Asia almost.
Yeah, they can probably
they can play a fan game in Delhi and then fly back.
A mid-season
tour. I forgot to say something. Paul Pogba has learned from his Mourinho mistakes.
Okay.
So, I don't know if you remember the video where Mourinho, took on Paul Pogba in the training ground because our man had put an Instagram story and Manchester United lost.
Yeah.
So they were leading the game 1-0 and that's when our man put a celebration or whatever. But the Wi-Fi was so bad in the stadium, it got uploaded after they lost later.
Apparently.
Maybe, I don't know. So today I see Paul Pogba's Instagram story just before recording. And they won the game yesterday, right? So right after 22 hours, Paul Pogba puts a story, get in there, lads. So even he's evolving as a human being as well.
He's taking his time.
Yeah. All right, Baru. That was very nice. All right, guys. Please follow us at @FootyTwaddle on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook is Football Twaddle. And you can also give IVM a shout at @IVM Podcast. They have a lot of interesting podcasts on TV shows.
Wow.
Like Succession. Yeah, alright, okay, take care, bye-bye.
The modern world is obsessed with food and agriculture. Everywhere you look, new and exciting technologies are bringing food innovation to your street market, your grocery store, your doorstep, and your plate. From our quest for the perfect food photos to our rediscovery of ancient grains. Quite simply, food has never been sexier. But guess what? The modern food system is broken. It's a major cause of climate change, antibiotic resistance, and global poverty. So how did we get here? And where are we going? Most importantly, how are we going to feed 10 billion people globally by the year 2050 through better, more sustainable means? I'm Varun Deshpande.
And I'm Ramya Ramurthy. And we work for the Good Food Institute, a global non-profit accelerating the transformation to a more healthy, sustainable, and just food system. The next food revolution is here. On Feeding 10 Billion, we're giving you the inside view. You can tune into us every Tuesday on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com or wherever you get your podcasts from.
Shunyavan, 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 Shunyavan.
Hey, this is Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay.
And I'm Amit Doshi.
And we host Shunyavan, the weekly podcast based on conversations about startups, entrepreneurship, across verticals like food tech or fintech, and digital payments, logistics, e-commerce, and of course, all the stuff from VCs and investors as well.
Over the course of our run, we've had some really great entrepreneurs. We've had Zishan Hayat from Topper, Naya Sagi from Baby Chakra, Ankush Sachdev from ShareChat, and Akrit from Haptic, among many, many more.
Yep, and we continue to get some of the biggest, smartest, and most innovative folks in the country in this space coming here, talking to us, all for you guys to listen to.
So tune in every Tuesday on the IVM app, website, or wherever you get your podcasts from and get a chance to be a part of all of the tech banter and entrepreneurship conversations on our Slack channel. Talk to our guests, they show up as well. All you have to do is request an invite on ivmpodcast.com/Shunya1.